I'm looking at my image. My face is so shiny.
It is.
I gotta do something about that. Hello, today is Sunday, August 21st, 2016, and welcome to another week of a weekly gaming news show with myself, Todd, and Trenell at the helm.
What's up? So, Gamescom.
It's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, a little underwhelming. Seeing as how many companies like specifically said that look out for Gamescom, and then there wasn't really a lot there. Is it? Oh, it's over, right?
I think today, wrapped up today.
It wrapped up today, yeah. So we'll get into that. Welcome everybody.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna jump into that, but it's
a little salty, but
yeah, a little salty on that one. Let's go ahead and get into the corrections and updates from last week's episode. What we have here is a link to the patch notes for No Man's Sky, and since the last episode, there has been a patch to basically fix most, if not all, of the issues with the PC version.
Mainly the technical issues.
The technical issues.
Thank the heavens.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. They didn't change the gameplay. It's still garbage, but they did make it play a lot better on the PC. So at launch on the because the PC launch was already behind the PS4 version.
They delayed it 3 days, and it seems like they needed to delay it.
They needed to delay it like about a week or so.
Yeah.
And so they finally got the patch out, fixes nearly all of the problems that the PC version was having with as far as technical issues. And so that's an update from last week. Hopefully you PC players are having fun collecting those resources on No Man's Sky.
Destroying planets. That's what I call it. Destroying planets.
Oh, yeah. You're the locust from Independence Day. So happy gaming to the PC players of No Man's Sky. It shouldn't have been this way for you guys, but hey, better late than never, I guess.
Right. At least they got it right, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully they got it right. I don't know if they've actually fixed all of the issues, but they did fix a significant portion of them.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get into our weekly icebreaker. And because of Gamescom, our weekly icebreaker is going to be this question. So what no-show, either on the game side or the company, at Gamescom most disappointed you?
Well, I'm gonna steal yours.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and start.
I'm gonna steal yours.
You gonna steal mine?
Yeah, it's Nintendo. Nintendo
Okay.
doesn't say anything. I mean,
Yeah.
they talking about the NX. You got Ubisoft talking about how great the NX is, and we've heard this from Ubisoft before. Every time there's a new console, Ubisoft talks about how great it is. I don't know what
they're quick. They're quick to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
they're quick.
But yeah, I was hoping to hear something. At least make an announcement saying, "Hey, we're not having the NX at Gamescom, but we'll have it sometime soon." But I mean, complete silence, and I don't think Nintendo had barely any showing at Gamescom, which is a disappointment. I don't know what they're doing or what their end game is, but yeah, that really disappointed me. And on the same front, Sony, but Sony actually at least they set our expectations, announcing their PlayStation event on September 7th. So we knew once they made that announcement, we weren't going to see anything at Gamescom.
Yeah, they're going to save it for their own separate event. And I think this is the way that most developers and publishers are going forward. There's going to be a lot less of a presence at these combined conventions like E3, Tokyo Game Show, Gamescom.
Right.
There's going to be less of an impact at those combined ones, and more of like we want to do our own separate thing,
Right.
and we want to just engage with our user base.
Yeah, it's just like with the cell phone companies and even a lot of electronic
Oh yeah,
companies. They want to capture the spotlight. They want to be the only story. They don't want to be part of the story. So
right.
I see that, and I understand if that's what Nintendo is doing, but they could at least done something like PlayStation to temper. I mean, we haven't heard anything about anything,
Nope.
and that's disappointing.
I mean,
Microsoft,
we got a few game announcements, but it didn't come from Nintendo. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, and Microsoft this weeks ago said they weren't going to be at Gamescom, so we weren't expecting anything from them as far as the next system or even any games. And they actually showed 4K Gears of War, which was nice. Sony announced their September 7th event, but Nintendo's just been quiet. So you got all of the Nintendo fans out there
Yeah.
wondering what's next. When are we going to get to see what you have?
Yeah, yeah, and they haven't announced like any upcoming events that they plan on attending. So I really don't know, when we're gonna hear anything about the NX. And I think the longer they wait on it, and because last week or the week before, I think we talked about like all of the leaks that occurred.
Right.
I think the longer that they hold out on, not telling people anything, the more information that's going to, potentially be leaked, and it's going to give people either a negative or a false impression of what the product is going to truly be.
Right. And Nintendo has historically been pretty good with controlling their leaks, controlling their content,
Oh yeah,
controlling leaks. So I can see maybe one or two here or there, but I can't imagine it like you see with other companies that just exploding with all of this information. But yeah, that was a disappointment. I know I stole yours.
No, I mean I totally agree, and it's okay if we have the same answer. I mean this was, I never really paid attention to Gamescom initially to begin with. If any trailers or anything came out of Gamescom, I'm like, okay, well that's cool, but as far as what, and we'll go further into it once we get into the long form. But I do agree that Nintendo's lack of a presence there was truly disappointing.
Very, yeah.
But let's go ahead and move on, because we're going to talk more about Gamescom down in the long form discussion. So we have our top stories for the week, and Boogie, you can go ahead and start us off with the Facebook teaming up with Unity for a desktop gaming platform.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So Facebook just recently announced that they're going to be teaming up with Unity for desktop gaming type platform. And it's basically the next evolutionary step from like the Facebook mobile gaming type deal they had going on. It's similar to that, but they're going to be making real games to play on your PC.
Okay.
Now, initially you might think, well, why in the heck is Facebook doing PC gaming? But remember, Facebook owns Oculus. That's their company.
It is.
Facebook is the parent company to Oculus. So it seems to me it's a play on getting Oculus a store, because the way Steam has a deal with the HTC Vive, and most of the VR games you find on Steam are for HTC Vive. There are some Oculus games on Steam, but by far and away the most games are for HTC Vive. So I think this is a play for Facebook to get developers a platform to develop for Oculus Rift, and a marketplace for Oculus Rift, and less of a Facebook going somewhere where they don't necessarily belong.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't really know too much about Unity Technologies. That's the name of the company. I'm not really sure what it is they do. I know that they have engines that they lease. Like you can lease their engine.
Right, gaming engines.
So gaming engines. That's pretty much the all of the knowledge that I have on them as a company. So I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, and like whether or not you'll see like Facebook as a gaming platform like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Unity is basically a game engine. Developers can go and develop their games for the Unity engine. It's actually a pretty good engine.
Okay.
They've actually made concerted effort to into VR, and also they partnered with Microsoft on the HoloLens as well.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
they
something.
making bank.
Yeah, so that's something that they're seriously into. So Facebook joining up with Unity, it there's no question, at least in my mind, there's no question it has something to do with Oculus, more to do with Oculus than anything else.
Yeah. Because them jumping in as a like trying to do the same thing as like Steam and like provide games. I think that's going to be a recipe for disaster.
Right.
But yeah, Oculus doesn't really have a home.
No.
So I agree with you. That's actually a really strong theory, and hopefully that's the case because anything else just seems like not the best idea.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Again, like I said, the Vive is a partner with Steam, so Steam is big on HTC Vive, and Oculus doesn't have it, so they need to get something. And this is where they're stepping into. And like I said, Unity has been big into the VR and augmented reality field with their engine. So it's logical that Facebook would team up with them to progress the Oculus Rift.
Yeah. Yeah. So very, very interesting story, and I can't wait to see how everything kind of just like pans out. You know how I feel about VR. I have absolutely no plans on getting it. My gaming space is already cramped enough. I can't picture myself like trying to like look around and move around with VR. I'm good. So I'll definitely pass on that one. So does it change your like
No.
you because you're gonna get the PlayStation VR
Well,
if you get one?
Well, yeah, I'm very interested in it. I'm I've been snake bitten. Part of because of Connect. I was real excited about Connect, and we know how that turned out. And I'm worried that I'm worried that VR is going to turn out that same way. And the
Yeah.
difference between Connect, $150 in VR, where you're looking at least $400, $500 for the PlayStation entry, and up to $1,000 for or $899 for Oculus entry. That's not including the upgraded rig you would need. I mean, it's a huge investment,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen anything that's makes me want to have VR. It's nothing. I mean, it's a lot of roller coaster games, and there's some walking games and some
A lot of horror games, like
Yeah.
jump scare type games. A lot of those.
Yeah, it's just to me, it's real. It's just like when Kinect first came out, even when
Oh yeah.
the Emote first came out and PlayStation Moves, a lot of gimmicky stuff using um, basic ideas of how VR should work or should the type of experience you should have. Is nothing quite groundbreaking.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into our next story, and it's another week, which means there's more Pokemon news. I feel like Nintendo and Pokemon have just been like reoccurring stories. There's so many stories based around Nintendo and Pokemon.
Well, they don't have anything else to talk about apparently.
True. True. So let's go ahead and get into the first story. I'll let you handle this one. Niantic is handing out perma bans in Pokemon Go. What's going on with that?
You break the terms of service, you can't play the game anymore. That's
Woo!
basically what it goes.
Plain and simple, huh?
Yeah, but plain and simple is you know,
So the terms of service. So what do you mean by break the terms of service? So can you no longer use those third party apps anymore?
you never were supposed to be able to.
This is true.
That was part of the third party. You weren't supposed to use third party apps to spoof, to collect, or do anything else. So yeah, they've started banning people. They
Wow.
they ban your account, so all of your progress is now gone. If you're using an email address or like a Google, if you use
Google account,
your
yeah.
Google account, that Google account can no longer play the game. That email account can no longer log into
Wow.
Pokemon. Me personally, you get what you deserve. Cheap.
True. I mean, and this was a huge issue, and they actually like changed how the game worked based around how people were playing it using these third party devices.
Right.
Like they took out the tracking system so that you couldn't use third party apps to track the Pokemon.
Right.
And then with the people actually like just getting into the code and obtaining Pokemon that aren't even supposed to be out in the
Available.
world yet,
Right.
I can see this as, the inevitable. This was gonna happen. Right. But with that, with them taking away the quote unquote fun, you're spoiling my fun. They're just gonna, those guys are gone. If you
right.
if those people get permabanned, I don't see them ever coming back.
Well, the thing is, do you want them back?
This is true.
I mean, it's the same thing with any sporting event. I mean, if somebody's cheating to gain an unfair advantage, take an edge, because it's not like it's not a victimless crime. There are people out there that legitimately walk around catching a Pokemon, level up their Pokemon,
challenge the gyms and all
challenge the gyms and doing all of that legitimately, and they're getting crushed by some dude that's just sitting in his house, spoofing his GPS, catching everything.
Yeah,
and that's you got to stop it.
Out in India, when you're sitting in your house in Indiana.
exactly.
So I can't say that I disagree with them for doing this, but with the lifespan of mobile games and the way that the people have been treating this game, it's just gonna die off that much quicker, in my opinion.
I honestly I would normally agree with you. I don't think so, because this has the feeling to me of like Candy Crush and what's it, Clash of Clans and that type of thing, where there's a huge, like, we're serious gamers. We get into gaming, we want real games. Pokemon Go is not really a game. I mean, it's a game in the sense that you play it, but it's not
a pick up and play type game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you made the comparison to Candy Crush, I could just open up Candy Crush and just play right now. Right. If I open up Pokemon, I gotta go outside. I gotta take a fucking hike, and unless I want to catch Rattatats and Pidgeys, like sitting in my room. You know what I'm saying?
I give you an example. Just today, I was out. I had to go to the home. I've had to make a couple of errands. Right, I'm by myself, and I fire up Pokemon. While I was walking around, I had put in my pocket so my eggs can hatch. I caught a Pikachu, woohoo! And I mean that's when I use it. If I'm by myself, I really don't have anything else pressing on my mind, I'll just fire it up. And it's the same type of thing. I mean, there's still people. I see people. There's a gym right down the street from me, and right now, if I was to walk over there, there'd be like 3 or 4 people over there playing. So there are people that continue to.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that it's gonna like die. Like it's not gonna be like it's. I don't think it's gonna go the way of Flappy Bird, which was another game that just completely just like freaking blew up, and then it kind of died off. Like, but.
When I was comparing,
and then that was another reason, another thing with the developer not liking how the people were treating his game or reacting to his game.
Right.
It was a lot of like rage, associated with Flappy Bird, and that's when he took the game off the marketplace. So if
that was a horrible mess. But
I mean, it wasn't even. I mean. It had like assets from Super Mario World, and I'm like, "What? These are what? I don't know." It was crazy, but go ahead.
Just my comparison to like Candy Crush and Clash of Clans is not necessarily how it plays, but as far as delays, because there's always going to be the install base right now is so huge. There's always going to be people that's going to continue to play, and they're going to keep making money with people buying coins and balls or whatever else it is. What do you even buy? You buy the coins,
I think you buy the coins, and then with the coins you can go to the store and get the Pokeballs and lures and incubators and all that jazz.
When I run out of Pokeballs, I just don't play until I go to our pass.
Yeah, till I go into freaking Old Town Alexandria, like, oh my God, it's like a freaking Pokestop at every step. It's crazy.
Walk around DC, dude.
Yeah, I haven't been out there yet, but
and then they got all kinds of crazy Pokemon out there too.
Yeah, so
but that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's beside the point. So, sticking with the current trend of Pokemon, there was a new trailer released, and you can catch the trailer on our Facebook page. We'll have it posted there, and they introduced a handful of new Pokemon. No Alola forms in this trailer, but we did get a couple of Pokemon. I'm gonna just go down the list here.
What's up with the Pokemon that look like Donald Trump? I just wanted. That's 2 now.
Huh? It's another one that looks crab
crawler with the little blonde puff hair thing he got going on there.
Does he look like Donald
That's
Trump?
That's like that Donald Trump brushback.
He kind of reminds. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I guess I can see it with the little comb back, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah.
When I first saw that, that's the first thing I thought about.
Donald Trump. But yeah, so the first Pokemon, the crab, is called Crab Brawler, and he is a fighting type. He has 2 abilities that you can get when you catch him. You either get Hyper Cutter or Iron Fist. I don't know exactly what those abilities do, and they didn't really show it off in the trailer, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. And then we have. And this is another one of those stupid Pokemon. Yeah, Sandygast and what's this? Polysand?
Yeah,
Polysand. This is a stupid premise for a fucking pocket monster. It is a stupid looking Pokemon. The first form is just some wet sand in a pile, and then the evolved form is like a messy looking sandcastle.
What? Come on.
It's the stupid. It's like when they made Pokemon based off of like food. Like you have one that's literally a fucking ice cream cone. I was like, what? That's not an animal. It's not a monster. It's you're just like, we need to make that quota. We're on the beach. What's on the beach? Sand. The Pokemon. There we go. Like what?
Running that is just out of ideas.
It's a stupid design choice in my opinion, but the type is actually really good. It's a ghost ground type, and I think it might be the first ghost ground at least that I can think of, and it has a very unique ability that I think is new to this game, and it's called water compactation or something like that. And basically when when this Pokemon gets hit by a water attack, it raises its defense because when you put water on sand, it compacts and gets harder.
Right.
So that's actually a pretty cool premise, and could work out in all types of strategies and whatnot. But it's still a stupid Pokemon. I'm not gonna catch it.
I'm not gonna catch it.
Well, no, I'm gonna catch it. And he's going straight in the box.
I'm not gonna catch it.
No, I'll catch it because I got to catch them all. But he's going in the box. He's going straight in the box. He's going to stay there. You live here now. So that's it. And there's one more Pokemon, and this is the de-evolve or like the first form of somebody that they already showed us, like the little stuffed animal Pokemon, and this one's called Stuffle. And he's a normal type, which is odd to me because I thought that Pokemon, the game was trying to phase out the normal type. The normal type is stupid.
Right.
They don't do shit. They just hit and they're weak. Like nobody's weak against normal type. Mm-hmm. But I think normal type is weak against like fighting or something like that. So a very stupid type. But yeah, that's all the Pokemon that they revealed in this trailer. Out of all of them, I think I might get the crab because he's fighting type. Yeah, the slick back crab. That's what I'm gonna name. I'm gonna name him a crab named Slickback. That's what I'm gonna name. But yeah, that's it for Pokemon. Never a dull moment in Pokemon, either with the mobile game or the upcoming game. I think it comes out sometime in November 18th. So I already have mine pre-ordered. I'm going to be getting the moon version, and that's only because O is getting the sun version, and we need to, like in the old games, like a lot of them won't be in one version, so you have to trade if you want to complete the Pokédex.
Well, I am not getting a 3DS to not buy Pokemon. I don't have a 3DS now. I don't know.
Do you have a 3DS?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
I used to be big on handhelds. I mean, I had a before the 3DS. I had a Game Boy DS.
The DS,
I had a Vita. I mean, not a Vita.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry, not the Vita. PSP.
Oh, yeah. PSP was pretty legit.
I had that stuff, and I just how many pockets do you need? In summertime, I got this big PS Vita. I sat on one actually.
Oh God.
I didn't break it, but it seemed never to be the same. But
yeah.
um,
I don't know. My thing is I only play my DS when I'm at home, so it's like, well, fuck, man. Why isn't this just a console I can plug in my TV and just play the games? It's like I don't play mobile games on the go, because when I'm on the go, I'm driving. I can't play and drive. It's like I really think that the handheld market is more in tune with Japan and their culture, because they catch like a lot of trains and buses, and there's a lot of walking.
Well, when I was
places like New York City, where there's like an abundance of people in like these major
public
cities.
Transportation, because when I was in London, I was in London a couple of weeks ago, and I saw quite a few.
Oh, you're not still in London? No, I was kidding.
I wish. But I saw quite a few 3DSs, which was surprising to me. Wow, Nintendo handhelds. I'm assuming they're 3DSs. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't know anybody still playing the DS.
But I saw quite a few, which grown people, not like little kids either. So
yeah.
Because they're big on public transportation. And public transportation is major. You got to pay to drive your car in the city. It's like £8 or some crazy mess. So
oh wow.
People just take the tubes, and I saw quite a few.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, I'm going to be playing Pokemon while I'm in the house, sitting on my couch, and I wish that I had a way to stream it. That way, I can like share that experience with with other people. But as it stands, I don't have a way to do that.
Didn't at one point Nintendo make an adapter to play?
Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo made it. There are adapters for it, but it's like you have to mail your DS to like some place like off in like China or Japan or something.
Yeah.
They add the mod and then send it back to you.
That's a no-go.
Supposedly it's legit. You can actually buy the whole package from them, like the DS with the mod, and they just ship it to you.
Oh, I would do that as opposed to shipping my DS.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But
so I thought about it, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's all the Pokemon news that we have for this week. Tune in next week for more Pokemon news, because I'm sure there's gonna be some.
We're gonna rename ourselves a weekly Pokemon show.
Oh yeah, a weekly Pokemon news show. That's what we report on Pokemon and Nintendo. All right, so let's get out of the Nintendo phase of the show. That's just good. Yeah, we should just make that a segment. And now the Pokemon segment. We should just do that.
We should.
But let's go ahead and move on to our next story, and something that kind of. I can't say that I was super shocked, but it definitely intrigued me, and that was the Nordic Games rebranding themselves as THQ Nordic.
THQ is back, baby.
THQ, yes. It has risen from the grave. We are back in business, boys. And yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
They've lost. They don't have many of the THQ. They have quite a few, but
they have quite a few.
A lot of the big THQ franchises are gone. Like WWE was.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't really know THQ for much besides the WWE games from like back in the day. Like they made the ones on the N64.
Right.
And I was really big on those, like WCW versus NWO.
Right.
And then you had like WrestleMania 2000, WWF No Mercy. Back when it was called WWF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those games. Like No Mercy, that was my jam. And then they made, I think they also made the SmackDown series on the original PlayStation. And besides that, the only game that really comes to mind that they made was the Red Faction games. And that's it. That's all that I can recall.
Darksiders?
Well, Darksiders. Okay, so that was published by THQ, but it wasn't like developed by them.
It wasn't developed by them. Yeah, they also did MX games, the MX versus ATL.
Yeah. I never really played those though. Yeah. So THQ hasn't really made a huge impact on my gaming portfolio in quite some time. I did have a lot of fun with the Red Faction games, and I did play. I love Darksiders 1. And I've yet to beat Darksiders 2, but I need to go ahead and do that one day. I think the last one that they made was 2K was WWE 2013.
Yeah, that's like right around the time they were going out of business.
Yeah, they were going out of business. So, I think that it's kind of risky for them to rebrand themselves as
well,
THQ because you know that they were a failure.
Well,
and if you look at their catalog, they were primarily a
PC game.
No, but
you talk about Nordic or THQ?
THQ.
Okay.
They did primarily like licensed games, so
right.
And I don't know.
That's what got them in trouble.
That's what got them in trouble. Those games are trash, man.
They always perform poorly.
They made like I think I was looking through their portfolio. They made like a Bugs Life game. Like any Disney movie that had a game, they probably made it.
Yeah.
Rugrats, all types of just like crazy nonsense that probably didn't sell.
Well, they did have Destroy All Humans. That was
okay.
That was
on the original Xbox. I remember playing that.
Yeah, and Xbox, and it came out on 360 too.
Yeah, so they had some bangers, but they just were doing too much with the licensing.
Yeah, yep. That's what got them in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what ended their streak. But this is what I was gonna say is THQ. If you go to somebody and say Nordic Games, they're gonna look at you cross-eyed unless they're a PC gamer, because Nordic does mainly or have been doing mainly PC games, right? But if you go to somebody and say THQ, they're like, "Oh, I remember." At least they'll say, "I remember."
They probably just remember the situation that occurred, like with them going out of business and everybody like trying to acquire those IPs.
Right. But at least it's a name that somebody might know, as opposed to Nordic.
True.
You don't know them.
Yeah, you don't know who Nordic Games is, but you definitely, like, if you've been gaming for a while, you know who THQ is.
Exactly. So I think
THQ has been around for a while.
I think that's where it is. I think they may be planning to do more console type projects.
Well, yeah. Supposedly in the story that I read, said that they have 13 unreleased, unannounced games currently in development.
Right.
And then they actually have a few that have been announced that are in development as of right now. So they're working, man.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes, but I think it's mainly a marketing, because, like I said, nobody.
Yeah,
nobody
I think it's more of a marketing thing. Yeah, right. I agree with that.
Right, more people know Nordic than THQ. So,
well,
I mean, other way around.
More people know THQ than Nordic Games, right. And I think by merging, the title, because when they acquired all of those IPs, they actually acquired the THQ like name and brand. I think by merging the two, they're gonna. What'd you say?
So nobody else wanted the name; they just wanted the IPs.
Yeah, they just wanted them IPs. Yeah. Those IPs went like everywhere. Everybody was just like picking and choosing, and it was crazy. I remember like nobody picked up Darksiders till like the very like end. Right. I was like, damn, nobody want Darksiders? What's good? And so I do remember hearing that Nordic Games picked up the Darksiders IP.
Yep. They released a HD version.
And the HD version for both games.
Right, for both systems, right.
Yeah, but I have both of those games on the PC, so my shit's definitive enough. I'm good. Yeah, I hate when they release like definitive editions for like the PC version. Like, get the hell out of here. But yeah, so that's cool. I wish the best for them. The one thing that I will say is that I really do hope that for all of the IPs that they acquired from THQ, they actually took some of those creative minds that were working there with them, and that those guys are going to be able to continue the work on the IPs that they created or have been working on for years. So hopefully that's the case, because I would love to see a Darksiders 3. And I really hope that the creative minds behind that game at least have some input, or some say so on how it goes.
I can't imagine them not releasing a new Darksider, because that was a big game for THQ.
Yeah.
It's popular. It's a really good game. So I can imagine that's coming somewhere down the road. As far as the other stuff, the Red Faction and the MX and Destroy All Humans, and we may have seen the last of that stuff.
I mean, there isn't a lot of racing games out there, so I could probably see another ATV or BMX.
Nobody plays them anymore. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They just have to reinvent themselves. I'm always down for a cool racing video game and not like a racing simulator. I can't do racing sims, but I could get down on like some arcadey ass, fucking fast paced racing. I can always get down with that. So, we hope the best for those guys. But we're gonna go ahead and move into the final story of the week, and, man. How long has this game been in development? It's just like, god dang, man. Like, this game has just been in development for so freaking long. I remember when it was called Final Fantasy, like, 13 Versus.
Right.
And like, geez, man. So, if you haven't already heard the news, Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed. Yet again.
At least it's not years this time.
Well, yeah, we got about 2 months. So it was scheduled to be released on September 30th. So yeah, the reason I remember this is because that they actually, Square Enix had an event where they gave the release date for Final Fantasy 15, and it was scheduled to be released on September 30th. So now they've pushed it back to November 29th. I don't remember the reason why, but it's Square. If Square Enix is known for anything, is just making their games look too fucking good. They spend a lot of money on like the character models and their games look fabulous, man. And those like set pieces and then, like the CGI like cutscenes and shit. The shit looks fucking crazy. It looks like you're watching like a CG movie when it's like gameplay or something. So they definitely go way overboard. I think they go overboard,
above and beyond by far. But I mean, I don't know how they get away with it too, with the delays, the constant delays and delays and delays.
And we haven't heard anything else about Kingdom Hearts 3.
No.
They're supposedly working on the Final Fantasy 7 remake, and I think they showed off more gameplay at Gamescom.
But see, my problem is the last time for Final Fantasy 13 on Xbox 360 or PS3, when that came out, that was delayed infinitely, and it wasn't even that great.
Yeah. I'm not even a Final Fantasy player like that. So 13, was that the one where the game was like the endless hallway? Was that one?
I think that was 13 too.
Okay.
No, the 13 wasn't the one with them. Yeah, no, I didn't even get to. I was so disappointed because I've been a big Final Fan. I've been playing Final Fantasy since like Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 4 on Super Nintendo. I've been playing.
Oh wow.
So I did 6, I did 7, I did 8. I've been playing them all, and I hit 13, and I'm like, enough is enough. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they're losing people. I hope they're not losing people because, like you said, they do put a lot of work. You can tell they're very passionate about their games, but just the way they just string you along. I mean, this game is what, 4 or 5 years in the making now. How long is it?
It's pretty crazy how long they've been actively working on this game.
Changing the name.
Yep.
It just doesn't.
I don't know. And I played the 2 demos that they came out with, and I don't know. I mean, I initially I was interested, and then I played the demo, and I was like, I don't really like the fighting style. I don't really like it. It's more of an action RPG, as opposed to being like turn-based, like the traditional fighting system that Final Fantasy had. And it just, I don't know, it didn't feel good to me. Like Kingdom Hearts has an awesome fighting system, and I thought it was going to be more akin to that, but it's not. It's not. It's like you're holding one button, and he like swings a sword,
right?
And then when you want to block, you just hold another button. I'm just like, well,
what's the fun in that?
Yeah, there's no real fun. I like to be able to like string combos and then do what I want to do the shit myself. I hate games that just like go on autopilot. Like I don't like that. So I was very like underwhelmed by the demos that they released. So I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. What are your thoughts on this game, and will you pick it up?
I'm on the fence. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I really want it to be good. I really want to play it because, like I said, I've been a big Final Fantasy game. I used to be really big in JRPGs. I used to play them all. I kind of moved away from them, but one I always went back to was Final Fantasy. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's good, but I don't have high hopes. And as of right now, I don't have plans to buy it. I'll play a demo. I'll see if I can get some time on it to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Firsthand before I really make a decision. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm more of an action RPG type of guy, so like traditional JRPGs aren't really my thing. The only one that I've ever been able to play is Pokemon. That's it. And so this was going to be the first Final Fantasy that I actually bought.
Got it.
And I'm right now I'm not so sure. And then they keep delaying it. And man, there's some fucking awesome games coming out in November, man. I don't really know how they're gonna compete.
Yeah, I mean, you got your yearly Call of Duty. You got Titanfall. You got
a lot of stuff coming out in November in this holiday season.
Well, I mean, they're always stacking for holiday, right?
True, but still, man. I mean,
there's Watch Dogs is coming. I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff coming this November.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, freaking Deus Ex Mankind Divided comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday, yeah.
I'm going to be playing that. Ooh, I can't wait.
I'm not a Deus Ex guy, so
I wasn't a Deus Ex guy, but I did play Human Revolution, and that shit was awesome. Okay. And this is the direct sequel, so it's going to get bought. I already pre-ordered. It's waiting for me.
It's waiting for
it is waiting at the GameStop right now. So I don't know really know how I feel about it. I mean, on one hand, it's like, okay, they're delayed it. They're probably gonna tweak stuff. Make it the best game possible. But I'm like, on the other hand, I'm just like, dang, man, it's been a long time that you guys have been trying to make this game. Just like give it to the people.
I just hope they don't make the mistake of trying to push the game out for the holiday season when it's really
not ready,
doesn't belong out there, because we see that happen all the time.
Definitely.
That's horrible.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm looking at the November. We got Call of Duty, you got Dishonored 2, you got Watch Dogs 2, you got you got Gran Turismo Sport, this Final Fantasy, and the biggest release of all of them, the Nintendo Classic Mini. You're getting one.
Oh, hell no. I'm gonna go get that freaking Genesis Mini with 90 games on it. Shoot.
Yeah, but it's a big month.
Yeah, it is a huge month, and it's your boy's birthday month, so I'm getting all the games. I'm getting all the games.
That's right. Yeah, and then even before that, you got the Gears is going to be coming out. Then there's Battlefield 1 is coming.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one.
Skyrim is coming. That's all in October. So I mean, October, November, and December are typically. It's usually October, November. It starts in September. You start seeing big releases coming in September, and it rolls through October and then through November and finishes up in November.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got heavy hitters.
Yeah, you got some heavy hitters, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. Back to the point. I really hope that Square Enix just delivers a quality product. And if I get it or if I don't get it, I hope that the fan base and I hope they enjoy it. So you never want a game to be delayed, but at the same time, sometimes they need it.
I'm okay with delays as long as they're making sure the game is finished and polished.
Yeah.
When I have a problem with delays when they delay it. They delay it, and then they release garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish Sonic 06 was delayed. That was...
Oh, man.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and move into our long-form discussion. And as I stated before, we're going to be talking about Gamescom. Very, very underwhelming. This is something that we already stated in the beginning. Not a lot of news coverage. or worthy news coverage, in my opinion.
It just seemed to be a bunch of more showing of stuff that we've already been seeing. I mean, we saw more Battlefield, we saw more Dark Souls, we saw more Gears of War, and that's fine. I mean, there were some new stuff like that Metal Gear debacle they announced.
What is so? Is Metal Gear Survival?
Yeah, Metal Gear Survive is basically Metal Gear at the end of the last Metal Gear game. Mm-hmm. I guess there's an alternate timeline where you get sucked into a wormhole and you're fighting bioweapons. They didn't quite call them zombies; they called them bioweapons or bio something. Odd, very very odd.
Very very odd.
That seems to me as a money grab. They should just make a zombie game and call it a zombie game. Don't destroy an IP by throwing.
Well, that IP was destroyed when they decided to get rid of Kojima. And they announced like early that the Metal Gear franchise was gonna keep going without Kojima. They had already stated that.
And we see why Kojima walked away, because they want to do this crap with Metal Gear.
Yeah, well, I doubt that they would have done this, if he was still there. But
right, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Especially if you're talking about an alternate ending, because
it's not ending. It's after the ending, like as events further on.
Oh, okay. So after
it's some kind of alternate timeline. So it's
That's
alternate
stupid.
universe. Something. It's just odd what they're doing with it. Makes no sense. Just make a zombie game and call it a zombie game. Don't try to cash in on Metal Gear or any of your IPs.
I mean, shit.
That way.
Konami doesn't really have anything left to cash in on. They've pretty much let go of all of their they need to just sell them shits off, man. I don't know why they don't just sell Kojima the rights to Metal Gear for like millions of fucking dollars, sell the rights to Castlevania back to its original, developer and creative minds for millions of dollars, and just let them
just anybody that's going to do something with it, because Then Konami didn't they like say gaming, we're gonna do gambling machines?
Yeah,
right?
they're doing pachinko machines. So this is a shock to even see that they're still making video games. And with the Metal Gear franchise, it seems like it's a AAA title. Like they're gonna want to make a lot of money on this game. It's not like some little arcade title.
Right. That's why they threw Metal Gear on it. It's basically Left 4 Dead using Metal Gear skins.
I don't know. I can't get down with it, and I don't think that the majority of the fan base is going to get down with it.
Exactly. It's
for one, a lot of the Metal Gear fan base is loyal to Kojima.
Right.
And even if that wasn't the case, the game seems like trash.
But even so, that not only that, they're loyal to Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, or Metal Gear.
Right. They're not into Metal Gear being like, they like the Metal Gear story, they like the universe, they like
and that's the thing. Like when you talk about alternate universes, you're changing what is considered a pretty tight knit story. The way that things wrapped up, right? Everything kind of came full circle, and that's the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it was supposed to be the way that Kojima originally planned on making Metal Gear 5. Everything was supposed to come together, and you were supposed to learn about why Big Boss was the bad guy in the first Metal Gear.
Right.
So everything was supposed to come full circle. It didn't necessarily, pan out that way. So making a game that takes place in an alternate universe, that right there is a trigger. Like, nope, this is gonna be garbage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, thank you. Just no, thank you.
Because the only other like spin-off title for Metal Gear that was okay was the Metal Gear Rising game, and that was the Raiden one, right? Yeah, the Rising Revengeance.
Right, and wasn't that was like more of an action type game.
It was an action game made by an established studio.
It wasn't a bad game.
No, it wasn't a bad game at all. I actually played it. It was the only Metal Gear game that I played, and it took place far into the future after Metal Gear 4, but after Metal Gear 4. So it's the latest in the timeline. So it's kind of like detached from the main game. So people kind of just accepted it as its own separate thing. It doesn't impact, the Metal Gear Solid story.
Exactly. And I'm assuming with this alternate timeline, Goobity Gob, that's what they're trying to do with this Metal Gear survival thing. But still, it's basically it's a cash grab. In my opinion, it's a cash grab.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's going to do too well. But
I don't think it's going to do too well just based off of the drama that was Metal Gear Solid 5 and Kojima's leaving or being fired from the dismissal from Konami.
Whichever one it is,
Yeah. I don't think Konami as a video game making company will ever be on good graces with the gaming community.
No.
After that.
No.
Like you just don't do that, and like.
So let's just move on past.
Yeah. So what else was revealed?
So they did sit down. There was an interview with and I'm blanking on his name. I posted an article on it, but it's an EA executive.
Okay.
And they were talking about Mass Effect.
Damn. What's the subtitle?
Patrick Sutherland. They're talking about a Mass Effect trilogy for PlayStation 4 and Xbox current gen systems.
Okay.
And he didn't quite rule it out. Basically, what he was saying was he couldn't announce anything today. He couldn't announce anything at the time.
Which sucks because it's Gamescom. Announce something.
Right. Basically, what he said is he would follow suit with some previous IPs, like you're talking like Marvel Universe. He specifically mentioned Activision. But what he did say is when we do release it, if we do release it, we want it to be done really well, to quote him. So he wants it to be done right. I'm assuming they've been watching the last Ultimate Marvel debacle.
Oh yeah, that was a mess.
And then what was the one before that didn't go over too well, and I can't think about it. I can't think of it right now. But so there is a chance that we're going to get a Mass Effect trilogy. And for one, I mean, Mass Effect, that was my jam. Even with the horrible Mass Effect 3 ending, I know everybody hates it, but I
mean, if I went back and played, I mean, I could definitely play 2 again. That's my jam.
That's the one I beat that like a dozen times.
The 1 and 2 are the jam, and then 3 was my shit until the end.
Yep, the ending sucked. I did go through it twice, but yeah, the ending was horrible. It wasn't horrible.
I could definitely go for some more Mass Effect. I mean, I honestly have not touched any of the games since Mass Effect 3.
And I tried to play a Mass Effect, and it's dated.
Yeah,
dated.
It's crazy though because it's only on the 360, and it looked good on the 360, but it just doesn't.
It doesn't hold.
It just doesn't like hold me like it did when I first played it.
But I would definitely get a trilogy, and I would go 1 to 3. I definitely would do that.
I think they would have to not reinvent it, but refresh my memory with like I don't know. It's weird. Because wasn't there a trilogy collection on the 360?
On the 360, yeah.
I didn't get that.
No, I didn't need that.
Because it came with all the DLC and all that jazz. So I mean, you know what? That actually would be pretty cool because if it came with all the DLC, I know for a fact that I did not play all the DLC on 1 or 2.
Yeah, so definitely.
So
it's worth it.
It's a lot of missions.
I definitely would recommend it if it came out, but that's something I found pretty exciting because Mass Effect, man.
Mass Effect is dope.
I put a lot of hours, like I grinded Destiny, I grinded Mass Effect to the ground, and I will do it all over again because that's a game I really enjoy playing.
Yeah.
But going on, any other stories? Let's see.
They talked about Prey, something that was already announced.
They showed the trailer, and it actually looks pretty good. When I saw that trailer, I'm like, yeah, I was pretty impressed. Again, it's a scary game, and I'm a chump, so I don't like scary games.
I mean, I could do scary games when I have like weapons and guns, and I can like fight back. I could do that. I can't do no like jump scare like Five Nights at Freddy's bullshit. I can't fuck with that.
Creep around the corner, getting yeah.
Yeah,
See,
hell no. Shit jumping up at me. I can do like horror action games. Like I've always, you know, like I played Resident Evil like after it had already became an action game, like at 4 and 5.
Right.
And you know the creepy games, especially 4, but definitely got through the entire thing. I played Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. Scared the shit out of me at certain points, but the gameplay is just so fucking good. It's good. It's a good, you know, third person shooter. I'm all about that.
Yeah, the funny thing about me is I used to be all into the scare games. I mean, on PC the game I played was Fear and Fear 2. That game was awesome.
Yeah, I played Fear.
Creepy little girl, but I don't know.
Oh man, the only one that I could not play was that fucking Alien Isolation, dog. Fuck no.
I didn't play that. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so scary. It's so scary. But I could not mess with that.
Somewhere down the line, I just kind of lost it. I can't deal with the scare games. I
can't deal with the stress. Too much stress.
So I can't deal with it, man. I don't know what it is.
No, like if I have the ability to defend myself, and I think that was the problem that I had with Alien Isolation. I couldn't defend myself. The alien was gonna kill you
regardless. Yeah.
Regardless. Yeah. So yeah, I can see myself getting this new Prey. I actually want to go back and play the old one just to kind of just refresh my memory on the franchise, even though this one doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
I kind of just want to see where it stems from, you know?
Right.
What else did they talk about?
They talked about they showed Gears of War 4 in 4K, right, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, Gears of War looks great.
Yeah, definitely.
But remember, 4K, if you're playing 4K, you got to be on a PC, Xbox. Even the new Xbox doesn't do 4K. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it looked really good. I'm kind of excited for Gears 4. I've been a big Gears fan for a while. Even though I'm not a big multiplayer Gears fan, I did like the Gears storyline. I liked playing through it. So that's what I'm interested in. And Gears, in my opinion, always looked good. It was nice and dark with the dark grays and the browns and the reds. It's a nice game.
Yeah, very, very, very pretty looking game. And then when you got to areas where the colors kind of like brightened up, you were just like, damn, this world is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Back when they were being developed by Epic Games, like those guys knew what the fuck was going on. And I think now it's being made by somebody named Coalition.
Yeah. But
Coalition Games, yeah.
I from what I've seen, I watched the gameplay trailer. I've watched the 4K trailer. It looks good. It's Gears.
Oh yeah.
It's Gears. I mean, the only thing that could be questionable is the story, because the Gears story, I mean, it was pretty tight. It was kind of had like nice little twists and turns. It was pretty tight. I mean, I think that's the only way they can ruin it is if they screw up the story. But as far as gameplay, it's pretty simple gameplay. Cover mechanics. It's not that hard. So
right. Another story that came out of Gamescom was a quote made by the developers of Infinite Warfare, and that they want to start a new sub-series.
Yeah, this Infinite Warfare is
they want to start an Infinite Warfare series of games. So
we're gonna have the Advanced Warfare, then we got Black Ops, and now we're gonna.
Well, I don't think they're gonna make another Advanced Warfare. I think that was dead.
That's the end of it. So they're replacing it with
Infinite Warfare.
But we'll see, because this is my first Call of Duty game I'm buying since Modern Warfare 3.
Oh wow!
So I've already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the kit.
Well, because you want the Modern Warfare.
Yeah. But obviously, I paid for the game, so I'm going to play it, whether I like it or not. I'm going to play it at least once, maybe twice, and if it's good, I might play it more. We'll see how that goes. But I mean, it's just Call of Duty. Do something else.
Yeah, I really have no plans on getting it. Like now, if they release the Modern Warfare as a standalone thing later down the road, which I'm sure they will do, like after they get the initial Advanced Warfare sales, right. I'm pretty sure they'll release it as a standalone. I really can't see them missing out on that fucking cash grab, man. I really can't see it.
Activision, what Activision would do before they release Call of Duty Modern Warfare by itself, Call of Duty 4 by itself, is
Mm.
they'll just lower the price. And they'll keep lowering the price till they get to a point where they're comfortable with it and everybody that wants it is comfortable with it.
Yeah.
They'll make you buy their game because it's Activision.
They don't just want your money. They want all the money.
They want
all of it.
All the monies. They want all the monies. That's right.
I think that's about it. I mean, they showed more Battlefield 1 footage, Titanfall 2 footage.
That game. Oh, speaking of Titanfall 2, let's talk about that a little bit. Because
go ahead.
Titanfall 2, they did release a pre-alpha build this weekend. It's available on Xbox One, PS4. It's not on PC. I think we talked about it because they don't want data miners mining the single-player story. But I put in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in Titanfall 2 this weekend, and I don't see anything different. It's the same game. I mean, this is a pre-alpha.
I mean,
so
it is made by the
Call of Duty guys.
fucking Infinity War guys. So,
but one thing I did notice is the Titans did feel much more powerful. When there's Titan on Titan, obviously you got. I mean, it didn't feel as powerful, right? I mean, it's two big Titans. It's the same as if it was two pilots fighting each other, right? But I remember in Titanfall 1, a lot of times you get crushed by a pilot real quick and you can't tell where they're coming from. It's not that way this time. I mean, if a pilot's hitting you with their heavy weapon, you can feel them getting hit and you're taking damage, but you have the ability to turn and stomp them real quick. As opposed to before, if a pilot starts hitting you with the rockets, by the time you turned around, your Titan was disabled and destroyed. So the Titans felt a little more powerful. Something I hated in the game is all your enemies are highlighted red. I mean, not the bots, because they have the bots on there. The bots aren't highlighted, but all of the enemy pilots and enemy Titans are highlighted red. I think that's kind of cheesy, because I mean, part of the fun of playing a first-person shooter is making sure you are acquiring your target. If they're telling you who to shoot the entire game, what the hell is the point?
Yeah, I don't know. I never really got into Titanfall, so I'm not even remotely excited for Titanfall 2.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see much. I mean, I game share, so my game share, the guy I'm game sharing with, he's going to get it, so I'll play it that way. But his first impressions, I'm not impressed. It's not the same game.
Yeah, more of the same.
More of the same. Yeah, Battlefield.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. On the other hand, you got horses.
Oh wow, yeah. Battlefield 1 is looking like it's.
Did you watch the video? You can run people over with horses.
That's crazy.
People over with horses. That's amazing, man. I don't care how many times I die. I'm just gonna ride around the field.
Ride around with horses.
Because that's gonna be awesome. But
what else?
Great. They showed Forza. Forza always looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon though. It's more arcadey than Forza. So
than the actual Forza game.
So if you, like you said earlier, you're not a big race car simulator racer. Racing game guy, but Horizon 3 is more arcadey. Think of like Need for Speed, juiced up on HGH or something.
Oh wow,
it looks beautiful.
Okay, I'll have to go watch that trailer. I didn't watch the trailer for that. I did see that. What is it? Dead Rising 4 is getting like pre-order bonuses, and they're going to be different everywhere that you get it, which is kind of stupid. I mean, they're probably most likely gonna sell the other store's version as like DLC. That's just another way for them to get money.
Right. So, that's
what else did they show? Co-op and PvP for Watch Dogs 2.
Man, oh my close to my heart. They did a lot of talk on Destiny.
Okay.
Because Destiny: The Rise of Iron comes out next month, the 20th.
Okay.
And something they bring in to Destiny that we've been asking, the community's been asking for since day one is private matches. And it seems like once they kick PS3 and Xbox 360 out of the ring, they're able to do a lot more, and private matches may be a result of them stopping the support for the last generation. But there's going to be private matches. They even set up guidelines so you can run tournaments, official type tournaments.
Oh wow!
So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. I am in a clan, Destiny clan, and it's something we've wanted for ages. We used to kind of region hack. So basically we would do 3-on-3 matches, and we would just keep resetting until we matched up with each other.
Okay.
It was odd. I mean, it would take us an hour sometimes just to get into a match, but
Okay. Oh, there was a release date given at Gamescom for that game Steep by Ubisoft, that extreme sports game.
okay.
So they gave it a release date for that. It's going to come out December 2nd. Is when you can get your hands on that. It's like an open world like extreme sports game.
Right. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. I don't think I'm going to be getting that, but they did give a release date and one more. Okay, so this is something that we were talking about earlier, the Metal Gear Survive. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a $60 game.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay, so yeah, I made the mistake of saying that it was going to be like a AAA, like, you know, $60 game, but it will not cost $60. Is what I just saw here.
Yeah, and they did not announce what it would cost, but they just said it would not be $60. So it could just be 50, right?
Yeah.
But I'm assuming when I hear that, anytime I hear that, I assume it's $40, $39.99.
Yeah.
That's what I assume. So that's cool. You don't have to pay full price for a bad game. That's cool.
Yeah, don't play full price for a bad game. Oh God, I remember. Oh man, just recently I paid full price for that fucking. Hold on, was that a full price game? I don't think it was, but I was pretty burnt when I bought that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, the newest one. Yeah. Oh God, so bad, such a freaking bad game.
Yeah, and then also Quake. They did know. Remember Quake Champions?
Yeah, Quake Champions. Yeah,
you can play without champion abilities. You can just play regular Quake without all the beefed up stuff, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
That kind of lets you play classic Quake without all of the new stuff. You know, I'm sure there's going to be tons of people that like that. I mean, I used to play Quake way long time ago. I haven't played it since in a while, but that's cool that they announced that. That's good.
And one more, the last thing that I have here is the Mafia 3 heist trailer.
Oh man!
And Mafia 3 is looking more and more freaking awesome the more that I see of it. Now, I have not always been a Mafia fan. Mm-hmm. I remember I played Mafia 2 when it was released as a Games for Gold, like a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
And I played it, and I freaking loved it. I loved that game. Yeah. Oh man, I got the DLC. I did everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that game was legit. I was head first. I was in there, man.
Yeah, I never played Mafia, but my brother keeps telling me Mafia 3, get Mafia 3 now.
Mafia 2 was legit, man. For a GTA clone, which essentially is what it is. It had a very compelling story. And this Mafia 3 is going to be taking place, like, you know, years after. Mm-hmm. You're going to get to revisit some of the characters from 2 in a new, you know, scenario, new situation. And, dude, I cannot wait for this game. This is going to be freaking awesome.
I watched the trailer, and it looks really good. It definitely looks like a real good game. It's something I am after watching that trailer. I'm very interested. I'd like to see more. I was talking to my brother earlier today about that. I kind of get lost in those open world type games though, because I wind up.
But the thing, well, go ahead.
I wind up running around doing side mission after side mission after side mission, and eventually I burn myself out before I actually finish the game.
Well, I don't know. Mafia 2 was kind of open world. It was a very linear game. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff that you could do like outside of the main storyline, but the main storyline was so freaking compelling, man. It was like it had a story on the same level or close to the same level as like a GTA 5 before GTA 5 came out. You know what I'm saying? Like that story, like it grabbed me and it just like held me in there, man. And the thing is that it was based around, you know, real events. It, you know, certain characters took influences from actual like mobsters.
Wow.
From American history. And
I have to check that out.
Dude, it's good, man. Mafia it's good. 2. Play Mafia 2. I'm pretty sure. I don't know because the Xbox Live on the 360 has just been dying.
Oh yeah.
It is a shell of its former self. So I don't even know if you can actually purchase it on the Xbox Live arcade or whatever on the 360, but if you can, you know, get a used copy from Amazon or GameStop or something, you should definitely play that game
For
to
this,
prepare yourself for Mafia 3 because that is going to be a banger.
I'm gonna see if it's backwards compatible. Because if it is, I can
I
just
don't,
get it off.
I don't, I don't think it is because I have it on my hard drive on my 360, so it should show up if it is.
If it is, yeah, it doesn't. Okay.
So yeah, I doubt it's backwards compatible.
So
but
then I won't be able to play then because I don't have a 360.
oh, you don't have a 360 no more? Oh man, you're hurting my heart, man.
No, I'm one of those guys. I move forward. I don't look back.
Man, I still got my original Wii. I still got my original Xbox.
Wow.
I still got my Dreamcast. I got my N64.
I really wish I still had my Dreamcast.
I got my Super Nintendo. It's not all plugged up, but right now what I have plugged up is Xbox One, 360, Wii U, and PS4.
Wow. So yeah. So my 360, I had the 360. Once I got the Xbox One, I disconnected 360. I disconnected my PS3, and they just sat in the box for ages. And I got an email from GameStop that said, "Bring me your old system towards a new one. We give you an extra 50%." So I took them and got the PS4. I told you the story. And I wound up paying $13. I got the PS4, a game, a controller, and the charge dock for the controller. And I don't even have the PS4 anymore. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you just got rid of all your consoles. Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of games that are on the hard drive that aren't backwards compatible.
Right.
So I can't in good conscience just give GameStop all of my games for no money.
Well, they're on your account. You'll always have lost.
Yeah, I'll always have them.
Right.
But until they make all of the games backwards compatible, I can't play some. I mean, there's some games that I have on this 360 that aren't even available and haven't been available on the Xbox Live Marketplace for a very long time. It's like you can't buy those games anymore. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you cannot buy that game anywhere. You can't buy it.
Yeah.
And I have it on my 360. So.
Right. Saying you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I don't know. I've always been like that. I get something new and the old ones.
Yeah, I mean that's how I used to be. But then I worked for GameStop for like 3 years. And I was like, yo, these guys are beating the hell out of everybody. I only sell games when they have like the 60 or 50, 80%, money back or whatever.
I've went all digital. The last physical copy game I bought, I think, was the Rise of Tomb Raider, I think. That's the last physical copy game I bought.
I still buy physical games. I have, Tuesday I'm going to be getting Deus Ex, and that's the physical copy. And then I already pre-ordered Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. Right. That's gonna be the deluxe edition. I can't wait for that to come in. But let's get back on topic. Yeah, we went on a huge tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was all of the news, quote unquote, that came out of Gamescom. More like updates than updates on things that we already knew.
There wasn't a lot of new release.
Wasn't a lot of new release stuff or news that was for things that we hadn't heard of. We had a couple games, a couple release dates, but nothing really substantial in my opinion. Nothing to get me like super hyped. Like, oh shit, yeah, that's dope.
I was definitely hoping for more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And this is from a convention that I never really followed. I think this takes place in like France or some shit.
It's in Germany.
In Germany, yeah. So I'd never really paid any. You could have told me this was the first one, and I would have believed you. Like, cause I never heard of this thing before.
It's like the Europeans' version of E3. It's
but
E3 in Europe, but
it sucks.
Well, the thing is, it didn't used to. Just like E3 didn't used to suck. It's just this. The thing is, it seems to me, and you mentioned it earlier, it's like all of these guys, especially the big guys, they want their own stage. They want their own light. They don't want to share. So a lot of these conventions, they just like, we're not. It's cool. We're not
gonna go.
And we'll show you something that you've already seen before. But our big announcements, we're gonna make when it's all about us, and that's where it seems to be going. We can thank Apple for that. Thank you, Apple. Not so much, but anyway. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just get into our final thoughts. So anything based on any of the topics of today?
Well, we talked about it, and in our opening our icebreaker, one other thing I wanted to mention is that, and we haven't seen anything. 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 We ha at E3 or anything for Mass Effect Andromeda.
Nope.
I was hoping maybe we might see something there, especially when EA started talking about the trilogy. That when they started talking about the trilogy, that worries me that the game might not be ready or ready to come out anytime soon. But I was hoping to see more of something I haven't, not necessarily brand new games announced, but games that have been announced that we haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we'd see some more stuff, but unfortunately not. We got Tokyo Game Show.
Tokyo Game Show, yeah.
Hopefully we might see something there. If Nintendo's going to show anything, it's definitely got to be there.
It's got to be there. It's like, where else are they going to do it, man?
They're going to have their own. They'll have their own event,
like booth, or you know, because they haven't really been getting up on the stage and doing too much lately. Like they haven't been at E3 for a few years,
right?
You know, they've just been doing their little treehouse like stream event. So I don't know exactly how it's gonna work. I'm really hoping to hear something from Nintendo very soon, because as time goes on, I'm just getting less and less interested in the NX. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nintendo. I want to see something big from Nintendo, because I've had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and N64. Wii U is actually GameCube. Wii U is the actual first Nintendo console I haven't owned. I mean, I've been a fairly big Nintendo fan. I wouldn't say I'm a super fanboy where I'm Nintendo everything, but I enjoyed Nintendo. I enjoyed the IPs, Mario, Zelda.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them.
And that's the thing. Like everybody that's a gamer that's been gaming as long as we have enjoys the first party Nintendo IPs.
Right.
So when you see stuff like Breath of the Wild, it's like, whoa, shit. Like
exactly.
that's gonna be a banger, and I can't wait for that. I'm gonna get the inferior version on the Wii U. Yeah, because I'm not buying an NX for Zelda when it's coming out on the NX. Fuck that.
Yeah, if the NX is compelling, I will get one for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always gonna want what I think is gonna be fun. What I know I'm gonna have fun with. Like, oh man, I'm gonna have fun with that.
Right.
Oh man, that's gonna have games that I want to play on it. You know, but
we'll see. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll hear more.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I'm rooting for you, Nintendo. I mean, goddamn. But that is gonna conclude this week's episode. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, all of the information that we talked about today will be on our Facebook page. You can reach us there. We can also follow us on Twitter. We are on the Twitter, and we have a YouTube page, which is kind of like an archive of our episodes, as well as some other little things that we like to do, like unboxings. And we're going to try and figure out like more things that we can actually put on that channel.
Yep. And don't forget, use your favorite podcast app, iTunes, Google Play,
iTunes,
Radio.
Google Play. We are all there. All of that information is also on the Facebook page as well. So with that being said, we're going to get up out of here. My name is Trenell.
I'm Todd. Or up jump the boogie.
Up jump the boogie. Say what? I say what? I say up jump the boogie. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.